For example, I can use myself as an example. There was a certain time that I can say that I don't really love God that much. But during that time, I was actually like nonchalant. I was not like hardworking. I find discipline hard. I can't be disciplined on my own. Really, I need some push and everything. But when I started my work with God, from my intention really was just seeking God. I was just like going towards God. I was looking for God. So it was through my work in God, before you know, discipline started becoming easy for me. Doing this thing, being hardworking started becoming easy for me. So that is the advantage a Christian have. Don't have to like apply too much work to get the results.
Profound. So, welcome back. So from our last discussion, okay, you talk about some things, and I would love to just make you clarify a lot of some things from what you said the other time. You said principles. Firstly, does that mean that God himself has principle for everything? That's the first question. And the second question, you say, while you are trying to pursue God, while you are trying to work with God, you find that you become disciplined. Does that mean that our working with God can bring us into a place of being more disciplined? Can you please tell some?
Yeah, thank you very much. So for the first question, you said that if
principles, like,
okay, yeah,
those you said God has principle for some things. Does it mean everything that God does, he has principle for it?
I would say like mainly pertaining to the things about the earth. There are principles that God has laid down about the earth, like the principle of sowing and reaping. You have to sow to get crops. So mainly for the things on the earth, there's principles that govern it. But when you come to like spiritual things, I won't say there's principle. I won't say there's no principle, but I'll say that there are some things that the way God will want to do it will be different from the way maybe I've done it before. Like, I need to check about those people that work with God in the past, like what God told this one, how God made this one, different from how God made this one. So I'll say majorly, when it comes to the things about this earth, there are principles that govern the earth. For spirituality, I can't really say there's one principle. The way God does his things spiritually is different. So it's one that understands it based on your work with him.
Based on your work with him. Yeah. But when it comes to earth realm, physical realm, there are principles that govern. Just like in an institution, before you can gain admission to an institution, there is a leader principle that must be undergo before you can actually, no matter how connected you are or anything, you must pass through your NYN, your YSSC, then your UTME. That's very profound. And the second one, that you said with your work with God, you discover that you become more disciplined. Does that mean that work with God can actually make man become more disciplined, or it's just that your own is just kind of different?
No, work with God can actually make man a lot of things. When you work with God, you actually reveal your true purpose, because in the Bible, the Genesis, God said he made man in his own image. Sometimes to say that the ability God has, we have it. So it's just like when you buy a product. For instance, you have a device, probably your phone, and there are some functions you may not know about the phone until you read the manual. So God has the manual, his word is the manual. Like, so once you come to it, you discover, okay, probably maybe you are trying to charge your phone and you thought that, okay, the earphone jack is where you would charge it. I'll be putting it has not been charging it. I want this in its hard. How are other people doing it? Probably because I've not read the manual, I say that, okay, this is the port. So probably when you have not known God, you have been trying things on your own, don't know the real direct way to go. But when you come to God, you come to him, you read the Bible, you read the manual, he will show you clearly what you are meant to do to achieve what you're trying to achieve. So yes, your work with God can reveal.
Then you now become disciplined. That place where it's been revealed. That's very profound. I mean, working with God can actually make us benefit from a lot. He will not just make us to just be gambling with our lives. We are going to find a source of direction that this is what God actually wants for us and what He wants us to do. So that's very profound. So now let's just I want us to just discuss this vital thing as well, part of our topic that you know, in the world of today, especially in some cultures and communities, they believe that everybody that is actually doing a skills, entrepreneur, or whoever is actually into skill rendering a service, that they are liars, that they used to lie, like maybe lying about the date you are going to be able to deliver, or maybe lying about materials you are going to use, or something related to that. And as a Christian,
Right.
and as pertaining balancing Christianity and your career, is it possible that, oh sorry sir, is it possible that you as a Christian and as an entrepreneur or someone rendering a service, is it still possible that you won't lie? You know, as we all know, lying is against Christian ethics.
Right.
So is it still possible that you won't lie and make everything as perfect as a Christian ethics is concerned?
Yes, it's very much possible. Can actually attain it without lying, without compromising, without following through the way of the word. Because firstly, so for that to be possible, first as a Christian, you have to know that since you are a Christian, your goal is different from the goal of the world. You can be a Christian businessman and there's other person that is a businessman, it's not the Christian. You have to understand that your goal does not align. Goal might be to build an empire, to own industry. But as a Christian, you should know that the main goal, firstly, is to reach heaven, to change lives, to impact people's life, to change people's mindset. That is the goal of a Christian, not just making the money be just no. It's to make an impact and in thought to make heaven at last. So yes, it can be possible. And the first thing is to identify, to know, come to the consciousness that, okay, my goal is actually different. Once you know that your goal is actually different, you can't be moved by what they say. Probably because you refuse to lie, you will lose some certain benefit. That should even make you happy, because you losing that benefit and making them know that, okay, you are ready to stick to what you stand for. You have created an impact and you are achieving your goal. That should make you happy. So yeah, it's very much possible, not just lying, not just compromising. Even me, for an instance, I can give myself an example. When I've not really started my work with God, I'm a graphic designer, I do design, and I do use most of all the software that I cracked, and we know that they are against some certain policy, but I started doing them ignorantly. But when I started my work with God, I started moving with God, it get to a situation I found something online and I get to understand that those things are cracked. They are against the policy of the company and it's more like a criminal offense, although people don't take it like, they take it lightly. They are not like, there's no direct effect or consequences that come to the action. But the fact that I've gotten aware that no, this thing is bad, God have to like point that thing out to me and I have to like stop. So yeah, it was not easy, but yes, I'm going through it and I uninstalled all those cracked software. And the fact me doing that really opened my knowledge and opened me to the realization that there are actually good and nice way to do things. I get to know some certain nice software that are free that can also do the same work. I said to like approach things differently. So yes, the major issue with people is that they want to do things, but they are not really ready for it. They have not really made that decision. The decision has to come from your mind first. Nothing can happen like magic. You can't just stop lying about the business just like that. No, you have to make the decision and tell yourself, no, I want to stop this thing. Then gradually you start doing it and eventually to become possible.
Wow. This is very profound. Even myself, I've been actually contemplating about, especially all those cracked modeled softwares and applications but thank you for actually shedding more lights on that. And now, okay, you said graphics designer. Does that mean that you design something like cloth graphics too? Because I can see you are wearing.
Yeah, I'm a graphic designer. I do flyer design, banner, I make logos, but I also own a brand. This is my brand. Mm,
Some brand.
Yeah, so I make a design for clothing. So when I make a design, I print on the clothes and carves, then I sell them.
Okay. That's very profound. Now let's talk about now. Thank God your entrepreneur is even in dimension now. You own a brand of clothes and you are still into graphics and motion graphics and
Yeah, video editing.
oh, okay, then logo design and brand design. So now, as it come that there is a time that you have some works in your hand and a client still brings another work, and at that time you know you cannot meet up, but the client is easy. I just like, okay, bring it, I will do it, and you don't later meet up. As it happen like that, you know, that's part of life. Most people, they knew they cannot do this, but because of money or sometimes peradventure, sometimes you don't know, maybe you'll not be able to meet up, maybe because of power age or say circumstances. Those that won't that things as a lie as well in your, or how do you deal with clients when in that such scenario that you cannot meet up or something like that?
So for me, what I do in such cases is that when a client come to me and I want to do a certain job, naturally the job should take me like probably like a day or 2 days to do. So because I'm aware that there are some unforeseen circumstances, there are things I can't control, like power outage, like you mentioned. So what I do is that I add a stretch. So for instance, if I'm in school, I know that there are some unsafe circumstances. Instead of saying 2 days, which is outside possible, I'll say, okay, I'll do it in 4 days. So just in case there's a situation that I cannot control.
What about in case of emergency? Let's say the client say, please, I'm needing this thing. As of today is Tuesday and I'm needing it Thursday morning. Please, how far can you help me to do it? And you agreed, okay, you are going to try to do all possible things. And those uncertain circumstances just for, how are you going to do in that situation?
Firstly, naturally, me myself, I don't like rush jobs, but I can't deny the fact that there are some times you have to do some things that are not comfortable in order for you to grow. Can't be relaxing, okay, I want some, and you don't want something that will push you like go out of the bucket. But still, you have to like stay recognized and be reasonable. So for me, I would say that what I do is that I look at the job, I look at the like criticality of the job. Like, is it something that if it's delayed can cause a lot of consequences? For instance, with the way the client is in a hurry, is it something that can cost the client if I fail to deliver? So I'll look at that situation and I say that, okay, if this is something that if I fail to deliver, it really costs the client much. So I will decline. But if I say that it won't really cost that much, the client just need it earlier and a little delay won't really have effect, I can take that risk and like take the job. And like I said, I will add more days for certain circumstances. Yeah.
So that means you probably can, okay, I will try, but if I can't deliver, guys, probably that I might not be able to meet up. That's very profound. And I know most of our Christian brothers and sisters that's into crafts, entrepreneur, and all of these things are actually learning a lot from this show. So now, quickly, we have talked about education as well, and talk about career and talk. Now, I would now like to still bring this in terms of education as a Christian, and education is concerned, especially in school setting, a university, a college of education, or a polytechnic. Now, you know, I observe something that is so more paramount that even a so-called Christians, we appear in church and do all of our thing in church, but peradventure in the exam hall, we see a different thing. What like I mean by some people tends to, they don't care about having a formation into the exam hall. They like, you sit here, I'm going to, and started doing communication in the exam hall. Some don't even mind by taking some chiefs, and these are this set of people that still come and lift holy hands in the church. What can you really say about this? Do you think God is not really against this, or is he about consecration, or is he against God's standard, or it's just a normal thing?
Firstly, it's really against God's standard. It's outright cheating and it's really bad. It's against God's standard. And the next thing is that the world that we live in, they tend to normalize some certain things. God does an example in the business world, they'll say, oh, this is just white lie. It's just, but the truth is a lie. Cheating is cheating. Some people may target with the wrong way. They'll say, oh, I'm just assisting a friend. Oh, we read together. I just want to remind him. It's not that bad though. But no, it's actually cheating. And it's a really big trap for the fact that you do that kind of thing as a Christian that you say you are, and your conscience did not prick you, and you not feel remorse for it. You are comfortable in it. That should make you feel worried because it is really bad, and a true Christian is not meant to do such a thing. So what I would say that is actually really bad, and actually you can consecrate yourself to actually solve this issue. You need more time with God. The truth is, you doing that as a Christian is actually like causing a complication, because obviously you're a Christian, you pray before the exam, and when you're praying, you're telling God to help you, and during the exam, you seem to be helping yourself. God will be like, you don't need me anymore. Like, you have solved yourself, and that's the major thing that why people get into issues. So, exam malpractice, whatever names you call it, maybe formation, but some may say, oh, I not carry like phone to, they say it's just paper. Some will say, I know carry paper, like small formula.
They even say, I think I've come across people with like, even the supervisor is not talking. Like,
that's the thing. The truth is, supervisor is not the one that will judge you. Your judgment. So the supervisor is just a man to deliver judgment in the world. That's why as a Christian, you should always every day have that consciousness of heaven, have that consciousness of God. It doesn't matter whether that supervisor is watching or not. You should know yourself that God is watching you.
God is watching everyone. As a popular saying, they will say, God know your house. Yeah, God actually knows everyone and is the judge of all. So supervisor is watching or not, that's not a justification for bringing information or trying to cheat. And now does that now mean that even beyond what to write an exam, there is still a place where God can see coming? Because some people believe that why they do that, especially even some people, they don't want to cheat, maybe copy somewhere else. But when they get to exam they discover that, no, God, I think you will help me. But now I don't know anything to write. And does it mean that God can see beyond what you write, beyond the examination? Or
like I said, yes, God can see it, but the truth is, going back to my statement, I said that God is a God of principle, and for no matter any reason, He can't forsake one of His principles just to fulfill the order. God can help you in exam hall, but if you as a student, you have not done your job, you didn't attend classes, you didn't read, there's a difference between, okay, you will not have enough time to read, but as far as you read something, that's you are actually applying the.
Because let's assume you're on work. Assume like, okay, you try your possible best, you don't have enough time, you read, but peradventure what you really read does not come out. Maybe something else that come. Does that mean that maybe you now see some of your colleagues, maybe they carry phone, they have write, and you find the means of just copying from them? Does that mean if you don't copy and you still trust God, even though what you read does not come out, you are not able to really write more things, that God can still help you?
Like I said, as for a Christian, you need to recognize that your goal as a Christian is different from the goal of the world. A normal student in the world, his goal is to pass only. As a Christian, you are not meant to just pass. Anywhere you find yourself, look for how you can make an impact. If you are just looking, I know that if you don't write anything, you can say fail. That is not the end of the world. But while you have not yet failed, as a Christian, your hope should not be that you have faith. Yes, if there is nothing you can write, there's one thing I used to do. There's no exam that I've written that I've submitted an empty sheet, whether I know or I don't know. Whatever I knew, as far as I know, I've done my job as a student. Whatever I got from the class, whatever I got from my little reading, I will put it down and leave the rest with God. So, peradventure I failed the course, that is not the end of the story. Yeah, maybe that is something that God wants you to learn through the process. Maybe of a truth, you were not really disciplined enough God can give you that push. And the truth is, God is not looking beyond the classroom. He's looking beyond the relation. Maybe there's a trait that you need to acquire that can help you in your other goals, in your other purpose in life. For instance, if you are not so disciplined to read enough, if you are not so disciplined to accept failure, if you are not so disciplined to have a right good attitude in terms of danger, because when you give in to fear, you don't know what to write, you are just fidgeting, you don't know how to control yourself, and you are contemplating whether to look here or to look here. You are not ready to stand well in that classroom. When you go outside beyond, you won't be able to stand, and God's plan for everybody is not to bring you off and to fail.
That's very profound. And God's plan is not just about you just getting the A, getting the B's. Even though you fail, He's still so much there as He loves you. That's very profound. Now, I will just, as we are running up now, I just want you to just dish out some advice for maybe people aspiring to enter into higher level of education, let's say college of education, polytechnic, university, or people that are there already. You are now in final year, as we know earlier. So now, what's advice? One thing I've come to discover is that as far as university education is concerned, some people see it as if their world all revolved about university education, whereby some people see it as if they don't need it. What parental can you give advice? Is it needed? Is it that for you to make it in life, you really need this university education? Or parental, some people will have to use it and some people will just won't need it. What advice can you give?
I would say that the school system is not just about the certificate. Yeah, some people say that Nigeria's school system is bad. They are not really teaching the curriculum, but that is just one aspect of school. School is just not only intellectual. School is also a place where you can prepare for life. Although, yes, you call me the school system is not bad, but school is a place where a lot of people have found purpose. School is a lot of place where some people have started their journey in life. So don't look at the school system. Don't look at the environment. Just look at, okay, what can God do to my life, to the journey? Everything one pass through in life is not as a result of mistakes. Some people will say, oh, I didn't pick this course. They gave me this course. They did that. But I believe that everything that happened to a man is well planned out by God. It's all leading, everything is aligning to a greater goal at the end. So yes, you may not necessarily use the certificate, but the experience you will get, the impact you will get, the people you will meet, they are all important and part of your growth. So you can't say that because, the certificate, I may not use it, that doesn't mean that the whole school process is a waste of time, useless. No, it's actually also needed in your growth.
It's not a waste of time. So it's actually, that means it's what the says about them. It work God. Thank you so much for honoring this invitation. And to have you so much for watching this great episode. Really thank and appreciate you. Please, if you have not liked this, kindly post to like and subscribe to this channel, and please share with your friend as well. And I'm going to be dropping is where you can reach him in the comment section or in the description. Please kindly check the description so that in case you want to reach out to him for anything, you can actually reach out to him. So thank you so much once again. We really appreciate it, and I pray God bless you, sir.
Amen. Thank you very much, sir.